Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's lesson, I'm going to show you how to multiply a decimal number by a decimal number. And here you see I already have a decimal number that I'm going to multiply by another decimal number. So it's 4 and 26 hundredths times 1 and 2/10. Whenever we are multiplying numbers, the number that we're going to use to multiply the other number, therefore I'm using 1 and 2/10 to multiply that by 4 and 26 hundredths. I want to start with my number to the farthest right. For 1 and 2/10, my number to the farthest right means going that way, all the way to that side. It's my 2/10, my 2 in the tens place. I'm going to go ahead and get started. 2 times 6 is 12. I'm going to place my 12 outside, cross my 2, write it right in here. Then I'm going to carry my 1 to the tens place. I'm going to say 2 times 2 is 4, plus this one is going to give me 5. Then I'm going to say 2 times 4 is going to be 8. What I like to do, once I finish using a particular number to multiply, I like to put a slash through it to remind me that I have already used that number, and I like to erase any other numbers that are on the outside so I'm not confused. Since I already used that 2/10 to multiply it by 4 and 26 hundredths, I'm going to write a placeholder right under my 2. The reason why I'm writing my placeholder right under my 2, it's because I already used this 2 in the tens place to multiply. See, if I did not put a placeholder here, whatever I multiply 1 by, all my answer I get would start right where the 0 is, and then my answer will be incorrect. So I want to make sure that whenever I'm finished using a particular number, I am putting my placeholder here, which is a 0. Okay, that tells me that I already used this number 2. Go ahead and erase it and write it back. I already used that number 2. Okay, great. So there goes my placeholder. Now I'm going to say 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 4 is 4. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add those numbers together. So 0 plus 2 is 2. 6 plus 5 is going to give me 11. I'm going to cross my 1, place it right here where my product is, and I'm going to carry my 1 over to where my 8 is in the hundredths place. Now I'm going to say 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11 again. So I'm going to write 11 outside, cross out my 1, place it right under here, and then carry my 1 to the thousands place. Okay? Now I'm going to say 4 plus 1 is 5. Great. You may say, well, I am quite finished. Well, no, you are not quite finished, because we are multiplying decimal numbers and we need to figure out where we're going to place our decimal point. Let's go ahead and look at our factors that we used. We used 4 and 26 hundredths. And as I notice where my decimal point is here, I have 2 digits behind my decimal point. I have my number 2, I have 2, and I have 6. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead here and just write 2. So I have 2 digits behind my decimal point here, or 2 numbers behind my decimal point. For my second decimal number, I have 1 number behind my decimal point, or 1 digit. Next, I'm going to add the number of digits all together. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Now, since I have 3 digits total, I have to make sure wherever I put my decimal point, I must have 3 digits behind that decimal point. So I'm going to say 1, 2, and 3. Let me make sure. Yes, I have 1, 2, 3 digits behind my decimal number. And my final answer is 5 and 112 thousandths. Let's go ahead and look at another example. Erase that really quickly. And I'm going to use 34 and 2/10 times 2 and 4/10. We're going to go ahead, we're going to multiply that. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 4 is 16. Cross my 6, place it right here, and carry my 1 over to my 10th place where my 3 is. Then I'm going to say 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13. Since I don't have any more numbers on my left side, 3 is my last number, I'm going to write 13 right here. I'm going to put the entire 13 in there. Great, so I finished with my 4. I'm going to cross it out. I'm going to erase everything on the outside so I am not confused. And since I already used 4, or I already used one number to multiply, I'm going to put 1 0 in here as my placeholder. And then I'm going to continue to multiply 34 and 2/10 by 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times 3 is 6. Go ahead and I'm going to add everything together. So 8 plus 0 is 8. 6 plus 4 is going to be 10. Carry my 1 over here. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus 1 is 12. Cross my 2 right here, and then I'm going to carry my 1 right over to my last number. 6 plus 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8. As we said previously, we are not quite finished because we multiply decimal numbers by decimal numbers, so therefore we need to figure out where to place our decimal point. Looking at my first decimal number, I have 1 digit behind my decimal. And that 1 digit that I have is just 2. Go ahead and write 1 digit, 1 for 1 digit that I have here. For my second decimal number, I have 1 digit right behind the decimal point as well, which is that 4. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add both number, which is 1 and 1, which is going to give me 2. So in my final answer, I have to make sure that wherever I place my decimal number, I have 2 digits behind that decimal number. So here we go. I'm going to put my decimal number right there. And there we go. That's our final answer, 82 8/100. I hope this video was very helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.